Did you know that our body always tries to speak up, even before a stroke happens? Despite advancements in healthcare and the constant availability of information, thousands of people, especially those over 60, still miss the crucial signals their bodies send. Not because they're careless, but because these signs are too subtle, too normal for anyone to suspect danger. Have you ever felt unexplained fatigue or suddenly experienced blurred vision for a few minutes, then everything returned to normal? Or perhaps, while talking, you suddenly couldn't find the word you were about to say? These small moments, often dismissed as signs of aging, may actually be early warnings of a stroke. Sadly, many people fail to recognize these signs because they don't come all at once, not dramatically like in the movies. They arrive quietly, patiently, and sometimes too late. But you can detect them earlier because understanding the 6 early warning signs of a stroke, up to 30 days in advance, those little signals your body whispers every day, could be the key to protecting your health or even saving your life or the life of a loved one. If you're over 60 or if you have loved ones in that age group, don't overlook this. The insights shared in today's video may help you identify symptoms in time, take timely action, and live healthier every day. And if you find this topic helpful, please hit like and share it with someone you care about. You never know who might need to hear this right now. What about you? Have you or your loved ones ever experienced any of these signs? Leave a comment and share your story so we can all learn and protect each other. Now let's explore these 6 critical signs one by one so none of us ever has to say the words, "If only I had known sooner." Unusual fatigue, when the body warns you through silent exhaustion. A stroke doesn't always begin with dramatic symptoms like in the movies. Sometimes it's as subtle as stepping out of bed and feeling as if you've walked 5 miles when all you've done is wash your face. These quiet signals are often dismissed, yet they are powerful alarms from within. Have you ever felt drained after doing something simple? Just a few minutes of walking leave you breathless? Just a bit of mopping, and you feel the urge to lie down? And what's puzzling is that even after a good night's sleep, healthy meals, and plenty of rest, that fatigue clings to you all day long. Prolonged, unexplained exhaustion should never be taken lightly, especially in older adults. Unusual fatigue is one of the earliest and most frequently overlooked signs of a possible stroke. It's not just about getting older and weaker. It may mean your body is struggling to maintain proper blood flow to the brain. Many people grow accustomed to tiredness and assume it's a normal part of aging. They don't realize that this might be a biological signal indicating impaired blood circulation to the brain, an ideal condition for a stroke to strike. The good news is you can take action starting today. Every time you feel drained without a clear reason, don't ignore it. Make note of it. What were you doing beforehand? What did you eat? How did you sleep the night before? Does the fatigue improve after some rest? Keeping a simple health journal can help you detect subtle changes and communicate more effectively with your doctor if needed. Additionally, listen to your body by adjusting your lifestyle rhythm. If everyday tasks like walking, cooking, or cleaning now feel overwhelming, you don't need to push through to prove anything. Taking breaks and adjusting your activity level doesn't mean weakness. It's a way to protect yourself from a potential stroke. When you begin to take action, from paying attention to your fatigue, adjusting your daily habits, to having open conversations with your doctor, you are creating a new zone of safety for yourself. You are no longer waiting passively for something to go wrong. You are now leading your body toward a healthier path. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to change everything in a single day. A small decision, like becoming more aware of how you feel after a walk, can be enough to begin your journey toward stroke prevention. What matters most isn't how fast you go, but whether you're headed in the right direction. Now you know that unusual fatigue should never be ignored. Think of it as a gift, a gentle reminder from your body that it's time to take better care of yourself. Be grateful for this early warning and let it be the first step toward meaningful change. So what other warning signs are just as subtle and easily missed? The next sign, temporary vision disturbances, may only last a few short minutes, but the consequences it foretells can last a lifetime. Temporary vision disturbances. When the world blurs before the brain speaks up, There's a very peculiar feeling when, all of a sudden, everything you see looks like it's behind a layer of fog. Objects become blurry, unclear, or even partially disappear from your field of vision. Some people describe seeing double, while others say they can only see one side of their surroundings. These symptoms often last just a few minutes, then vanish on their own, and because of that, they're often forgotten. But if this has ever happened to you, know that you are not alone. Many people have experienced this sensation without understanding what's going on. Sadly, most only realize how serious it was when it's already too late. So what's the issue here? Vision, the sense we use almost constantly, is also one of the brain's earliest warning signals when blood flow and oxygen supply are disrupted. Temporary vision disturbances aren't just tired eyes or age-related weakness. They could very well be an early sign of transient ischemic attack, TIA, a mini-stroke. And the danger lies in the fact that they come and go quietly, as if they never happened. But precisely because of that, they're easy to dismiss. Vision is affected for a very specific reason. The brain, the center that processes all visual input, is not receiving enough blood. When a small blockage occurs in the circulatory system, the region of the brain responsible for sight reacts immediately. Blurry, distorted, or partially missing vision is the brain's first cry for help. If you listen in time, that's your chance to intervene before a major stroke happens. But if you brush it off, thinking it's just eye strain, you're ignoring the most valuable warning your body can give. Act immediately if you experience any unusual vision symptoms, even if they last only a few minutes. Don't try to guess. Don't delay. Write down exactly what you experienced, when it happened, how long it lasted, and what it felt like, and consult your doctor as soon as possible. Also, check your risk factors: blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, heart rhythm, all of which can contribute to temporary blood flow blockages and cause visual disturbances. Living proactively and getting regular health checkups is the best way to protect both your eyes and your brain. You can take control of this situation. You just have to believe that your body's always trying to protect you and choose to listen. Temporary vision disturbances are not a sentence. They're an opportunity to recognize that you still have time to prevent, to change, to live a healthier life. Never take for granted what your eyes are showing you, because sometimes they are the only way your brain can say, "I need help." Language difficulties, when speaking is no longer second nature. Speech, something that once felt simple and natural, suddenly becomes a struggle. You're in the middle of a conversation, and out of nowhere, you can't find the word you want to say. Or you start repeating yourself, mixing up your words, or your sentences come out jumbled and incoherent. These episodes may last only a few seconds and disappear as quickly as they came. But sometimes it's precisely this fleeting nature that makes them so dangerous. This condition is known as temporary language difficulty, a common yet often overlooked early sign of a mild stroke or transient ischemic attack, TIA. It may present as word-finding trouble, slurred or stammered speech, meaningless phrases, or even a brief inability to express thoughts at all. Because it happens so quickly, many people brush it off as being tired or having an off day. In reality, the brain's language center, typically located in the left hemisphere, is highly sensitive to changes in blood flow. When blood supply to the brain is interrupted, even briefly, this region responds immediately, resulting in disrupted speech processing. This isn't just forgetting a word, it's a temporary breakdown in the connection between thoughts and spoken language. Unlike ordinary forgetfulness, this kind of disruption comes suddenly and isn't linked to mood or specific situations. That's what makes it important to recognize. If you've experienced a moment like this, don't panic, but also don't ignore it. You are not alone. Many middle-aged and older adults have had this symptom at least once without realizing it was a neurological warning. The truth is, temporary language difficulties don't mean a stroke is certain to occur, but they do indicate that your brain is beginning to slip out of its stable state. And if you listen now, you can take steps to prevent more serious consequences later. So what should you do? First, pay attention to when it happened, what you were doing at the time, whether you also felt tired, dizzy, or numb in your arms. Record the event in a health journal. Then schedule a visit with your doctor to check for stroke risk factors such as high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, or atrial fibrillation. In addition, consider strengthening your language and memory skills through activities like reading, journaling, doing crossword puzzles, or learning a new skill. These habits help keep your brain flexible, especially the areas related to speech. Most importantly, talk to your loved ones. Many people keep silent out of embarrassment or fear of being seen as confused. But it's that very silence that robs the body of its chance for early intervention. Think of these verbal stumbles as a knock on the door from within, a gentle reminder that it's time to listen and act. Unusual or severe headaches. When the pain is more than just pain. We've all had headaches, from lack of sleep, stress, or changing weather. But sometimes the pain feels different. It strikes suddenly in the morning or lingers on one side of the head for no apparent reason. That's no longer just an ordinary headache. It's a quiet alarm bell from the brain. Have you ever woken up feeling like your head is being squeezed tightly? Or experience a dull, constant ache in one spot that lasts the entire day without explanation? Have you felt a sharp, lightning-like pain when bending over, coughing, or changing positions? If any of these symptoms occur, especially if you don't have a history of headaches, it's time to pay closer attention. An unusual headache may be a sign that something is going wrong in the brain's circulatory system. When a blood vessel becomes blocked or leaks slightly, the brain reacts with pain, not to scare you, but to alert you. Headaches can be the first, and sometimes the only symptom, signaling that a stroke is on the way. The positive news is this: you can take action at the very first signs. First, learn to distinguish the difference. Tension headaches often ease with rest or sleep, but a stroke warning headache does not. It tends to be persistent, unresponsive to typical painkillers, and may be accompanied by other symptoms like nausea, blurred vision, or numbness on one side of the body. Record the time of onset, the location of the pain, its intensity, and any accompanying symptoms. If you notice that headaches are becoming more frequent, more intense, or simply feel different than what you've experienced before, don't wait. See a neurologist to get a thorough evaluation. A healthy lifestyle can significantly reduce your risk. Getting enough sleep, limiting caffeine, controlling blood pressure, and engaging in light physical activity daily. But most importantly, believe that every small action, like tracking your headaches or visiting your doctor at the right time, can make a big difference in your long-term brain health. Headaches are no longer just a headache, especially if you're at an age when vulnerability increases. Turn awareness into a habit and let that habit become a shield, protecting your brain from silent threats. And if you've ever experienced such headaches, share your story. Not just to warn others, but so that you can receive the support and guidance you need. Because sometimes a single shared experience, told at the right moment, can help someone avoid disaster. A headache may be the brain's final cry for help before everything falls silent. Don't ignore that whisper. Loss of balance and dizziness. When your steps become unsteady for no clear reason, have you ever been walking and suddenly felt like the floor tilted beneath you? Or stood up from a chair only to feel the world spinning, even though you hadn't done anything strenuous? Brief spells of dizziness or feeling off balance as if intoxicated, despite not touching a drop, aren't always as harmless as they may seem. Many people, especially after the age of 60, experience this sensation. They often say things like, "Maybe I stood up too fast," or "I must be tired from lack of sleep." But when it happens repeatedly or comes with feelings of lightheadedness or nausea, it's no longer something to shrug off. It could be one of the brain's early warning signs, telling you that your balance system is faltering. Balance depends on a finely tuned coordination between the central nervous system, vision, the inner ear, and sensory input from muscles and joints. When blood flow to the brain becomes unstable, especially in the cerebellum or brainstem, the centers that control balance can be affected immediately. The result? Dizziness, instability, or an unsteady gait. Dizziness and loss of balance don't just increase the risk of falls, They can also be signs of transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, mini strokes that often precede major strokes. In many cases, the dizziness is brief, just a few minutes, causing people to dismiss it. But sometimes that fleeting moment is the only chance to prevent something far worse. Pay close attention to how often and under what conditions these dizzy spells occur. Take notes. Do you also experience blurred vision, nausea, or numbness in your limbs? Does it happen after eating, when standing up, or while walking? Bringing these observations to your doctor can lead to a more accurate diagnosis. Also, make sure you are managing your blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol well. These are 3 key factors that directly affect blood flow to the brain. If needed, consult with a specialist to create a diet and exercise plan that suits your current health condition. Admitting that you're experiencing an issue and taking steps to address it is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of awareness and strength. Believe this, when you pay attention at the right moment, your body always has a chance to recover. A steady step today can prevent a crisis tomorrow. Don't underestimate those dizzy moments. They may be one of the brain's most urgent messages to you. Temporary numbness or weakness. When your body falls asleep for a few minutes, and you shouldn't ignore it. You're brushing your teeth when suddenly one side of your face feels like it's drooping, or you're holding a glass of water and your hand suddenly loses the strength to grip. Sometimes it's just a tingling sensation in your hand, foot, or face, passing within a few minutes. These symptoms may come and go so quickly that you might think, maybe I slept in the wrong position, or my circulation must be poor. But numbness or weakness on one side of the body, even if brief, should never be taken lightly. It is one of the most distinctive early signs of a transient ischemic attack, TIA, a warning stroke that often precedes a full-blown stroke. The symptoms may occur in the face, arm, or leg, typically on just one side, and are often mistaken for fatigue, bad posture, or changes in the weather. Temporary numbness or weakness happens when blood flow to the part of the brain responsible for movement or sensation is interrupted. Even a short disruption can cause nerves to stop transmitting signals. The result? You can't feel a part of your body, or you lose the ability to control it momentarily. This is your body's way of alerting you that the central control system, your brain, is not getting the vital resources it needs. You're not alone. Many older adults, and even those in midlife, have experienced mild numbness without paying attention to it. But you can be different. Recognizing the difference between numbness from a bad sleeping position and sudden numbness on one side is the first step to protecting yourself. The sensation might last just a few minutes, but the consequences of ignoring it could last a lifetime. If you experience sudden, unusual numbness or weakness, especially if it affects only one side of the body, consider it a medical alert that needs immediate attention. Don't wait for it to happen again. Record when it happened, where you felt it, how it felt, and how long it lasted. Tell your doctor everything. This could be the key to early diagnosis and stroke prevention. In addition, regular physical activity, routine health checks for blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol, and keeping your nervous and circulatory systems in top shape can significantly reduce your risk. Just as important, listen to your body and never brush off small but strange changes. You can take control of your future health by starting with the smallest signs. And the next time your arm suddenly goes numb, remember it's not just random. It's your body trying to protect you, if only you're willing to listen. Thank you for taking the time to stay with me through today's video, a small but meaningful journey where we explored the subtle signals your body may send before a stroke. If you've watched this far, I truly believe it means you care about your own health or the well-being of someone you love. Being proactive is always the golden key to preventing the unexpected. You don't need to change everything in a single day. Just start by paying attention to that unusual fatigue, that brief blur in your vision, a moment of slurred speech, or a fleeting numbness. Every small detail you notice could become a turning point in protecting your health and your life. If you found today's video helpful, please click like to support this channel and make sure to subscribe so you won't miss future videos where I'll continue to share vital health information that's simple, practical, and easy to apply in daily life. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. If you believe someone in your family, among your friends, or in your neighborhood might benefit from this message, please share this video with them. Sometimes one small act of sharing can help save a life. I hope that after this video, you won't just stop at watching, but will truly start taking action. Schedule regular health checkups. Listen to your body every day. Begin with small steps, but take them consistently and mindfully. I wish you good health, peace of mind, and steady, confident steps on your journey toward living well. See you again in the next videos, where we'll continue walking this path together, learning together, and caring for our bodies with wisdom and compassion.